Hi, hello, welcome back to Math&Me. So, this is the second part of the trigonometry. So, this is a set of basic formulas. So, what do you have? You have sine square x plus cos square x equal to 1. This is a relation. Then you have 1 plus tan square x equals secant square x. And I have 1 plus cot square x equals cosecant square x. Okay? Secant ரெண்டுமே right sideல வரும், tan cot left sideல வரும். Okay, always remember that. So இந்த மூணு relation always remember. Then there's another one. இது வந்து relation கிடையாது. இப்போ sin x equal to 0 அப்படினா what all values do you know? You know that sin 0 equals 0. Again sin 180 is 0. அதே மாதிரி again sin 360 is 0 and so on. So basically இந்த graphல இங்க sin 0 is 0. அப்புறம் இங்க வந்ததுனா sin 180 is 0. திரும்ப ஒரு full rotation பண்ணுச்சுனா sin 360 is 0. So this is what you know about sin. Similarly cos என்ன தெரியும்? You know that cos 0 is 1. So which is not, we are looking for what is 0. So I have cos 90 equals 0 இந்த இடத்துல. Then here I have cos 270 equals 0. அதாவது இந்த line. Again when it makes a rotation, it keeps going on. Okay. So every pi interval you see that the value becomes 0 for sin and cos. இப்போ இதை generalized term எப்படி எழுதலாம்? I have sin x equal to 0. So x will be n pi where n values belong to the integers. Integers எப்படி represent பண்ணுவோம்? Z ன்னு represent பண்ணுவோம். So when n equals 0, I have sin 0. When n equals 1, I have sin pi. When n equals 2, I have sin 2 pi. So this is the general way of representing. எங்கெல்லாம் sin x is 0 when x is equal to n pi. Okay. So similarly, for cos x equals 0, I have x equals 2n plus 1 times pi by 2 where n again belongs to some integer. இப்போ n ஓட value 0 ன்னு அர்த்தம், it will be cos pi by 2 which is cos 90. Similarly, when n equals 1, I have 2 into 1 2, 2 plus 1 3. So I have 3 pi by 2. So cos 3 pi by 2 is nothing but 270 which is 0. So இந்த மாதிரி when n value keeps increasing, you also have the cos x to be 0 for this relation. Okay? புரிஞ்சுதா? So these are the things you need to remember. இன்னொன்று வந்து signs of your functions. Sign na என்ன? Plus ஆ minus ஆ? Okay? So இந்த sign கிடையாது. S-I-G-N. Okay? So when you have sign of minus x, it will be minus sin x. When you have cos of minus x, you have cos x. Why is this so? You have 4 quadrants. First quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant and fourth quadrant. So என்ன relation நமக்கு தெரியும்? All silver tea cups. So all silver tea cups na அர்த்தம்? All na here sin, cos, tan, cosecant, secant, cot எல்லாமே positive. So இந்த இடத்துல sin of x will be sin x. Okay, there is no minus, there is no plus. In the first quadrant everything is positive. In the second quadrant silver na அர்த்தம்? Sin. So here in the second quadrant sin is always positive. So all the other functions are negative. Okay, so sin na அதோட reciprocal என்ன? 1 by cosecant. So cosecant to sin மட்டும் second quadrant la positive. Similarly t which means tan. So இந்த இடத்துல tan na tan மட்டும் தான் positive, tan and cot. So cot, because cot is the inverse of tan. So in the third quadrant la only tan is positive. In the fourth quadrant only cos is positive. You would have learned this in your 10th standard. Okay, so c la cos மட்டும் தானா cos and secant. Correct? So இந்த இடத்துல all na everything is positive. இந்த இடத்துல silver, all silver tea cups. So இந்த இடத்துல sin, இந்த இடத்துல tan, இங்க cos. Okay, so basically when you have sin of minus x, where is your x? X வந்து இப்படி anti-clockwise measure பண்ணா this is your x. Where is your minus x? When you measure it in the clockwise direction, this is minus x. So இந்த quadrantல minus x இருக்கு. So இந்த இடத்துல sin ஓட value, sin of minus x will be negative because here only cos is positive. Sin வந்து second quadrantல மட்டும் தான் positive. So you can remember stuff like this with this relation. Okay? So minus x, sin of minus x will be minus sin x because it is in the fourth quadrant. அதே மாதிரி cos of minus x will be positive cos x. ஏன்னா இந்த இடத்துல cos வந்து positive. Okay? You have to remember all these relations. Let's solve some example and exercise questions. Okay? Example 6. I have cos x equals minus 3 divided by 5. Lies in the third quadrant. Question liye kuduthirukam. So this lies in the third quadrant. Find the values of other 5 trigonometric functions. Other 5 na என்னென்னலாம்? Sin, cos, tan, secant, cosecant and cot. These are the other 5. Okay, so இப்போ third quadrant na என்ன அர்த்தம்? When I draw this, I have all silver, tea, cups. First, second, third quadrant. Third quadrant na tan is positive. So cot is also positive. Okay. So இப்படிதா நம்ம சைன்ஸ் பார்க்கணும். மத்த எல்லாமே நெகட்டிவ். So when you have cos x equals minus 3 by 5, you have to find the other trigonometric functions. So என்ன relation use பண்ணலாம்? We just learned cos square x plus sin square x equals 1. So இப்போ இதை substitute பண்ணா I'll have minus 3 by 5 the whole square plus sin square x equals 1. So I have sin square x equals 1 minus, this will be minus square பண்ணா plus ஆயிடும். 3 by 5 is nothing but 9 by 25. இந்த பக்கம் கொண்டு வந்தா it will be minus 9 by 25. So LCM எடுத்தா what will it be? 25 minus 9 divided by 25, which is 16 by 25. This is my sin square x. So sin x and square root எடுத்தா it will be plus or minus 4 divided by 5. Correct? Square root எடுத்தா you will have two values. You have plus or minus. But இந்த இடத்துல it lies in the third quadrant. So third quadrant la sin is negative. Only tan and cot are positive. So sin negative na you have to choose the value which is negative. So it will be sin x equals minus 4 by 5. Sin x equals minus 4 by 5. So you have to find the other functions. If cos theriyum, you can find secant. So secant x is nothing but 1 by cos x. So which will be the reciprocal of this. So sin irkum minus 5 by 3. So this is secant x. Aduthe cosecant x enna? Cosecant x is nothing but 1 by sin x, which will be minus 5 by 4, the reciprocal of this. So it will be minus 5 by 4. What are we left with? Cos is sin, secant, cosecant mudijudhu. Then tan. Tan x is nothing but sin x by cos x. Sin x enadhu? It is minus 4 by 5 divided by cos x is minus 3 by 5. So minus and minus will get cancelled. 5 and 5 will get cancelled. So I am left with 4 divided by 3. So this is my tan x. Adutha cot x will be the reciprocal of tan. So it will be 1 by tan x, which is 3 by 4. You see that tan and cot are positive. Yana sin and cos both are negative. Rendume negative irundhuduna you will get the negative signs will get cancelled, so you will be left with a positive value. So tan x 4 by 3, cot x is 3 by 4. So these are your final answers. Okay. So cos x is given in the question. This is your sin x. This is your secant, cosecant, tan and cot. Okay.